Hello, people of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. This is your pastor with this week's installment of Flock Notes. And as we're now approaching our second week of Advent, there are some things coming up that I would first like to talk about, but I will start this off as I always start this off. Please see the ads below me and keep our eyes and ears open to the bulletin and to the announcements at Mass so we can plug into where we're being called to serve here at LPH. And so for what's coming up is there are schedules for the holiday masses around the bulletin boards around the church, not only on the outside of the church but also on the inside, also below me, also in the bulletin. And so I just wanted to go over that real quick with you. Is the first is December 8th. It's the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, which is a holy day of obligation. And we will have three masses. We'll have our normal 8 a.m. Mass in English. We will have our 6 p.m. Mass in English. And then we'll do 7:30 Mass in Spanish. And then also coming up on Christmas Eve, we will have a 5 p.m. Mass, a family Mass, a 9 p.m. Mass, and then on Christmas Day, we'll have an 8 o'clock in English, a 10 o'clock in English, and then a 12 noon in Spanish. And that will be the Mass schedule for those days. And so hopefully we can, whichever Mass we are coming to, we come celebrate our Lord coming here, taking flesh and coming to earth through our Mother Mary. And that's what's coming up. And I also wanted to, there's another event coming up as well. We have our Coats for Kids fundraiser, the Knights are sponsoring. It's going to be held at the Lakeside Boll Weevil between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And it's going to be on Tuesday, December 9th. And that's, like I said, between 4 and 8. And also, too, speaking of that, we're also having at the parish we are collecting toys for our Christmas toy drive. And so there are bins in the back of the church, and so we can drop off our toys there if by chance we can't make it to Mass or whatever Mass, or we forget our stuff, whatever it is. When the office is open, we can take also donations here in the office as well. And remember, this year we have a short window because the way the calendar falls, a short window of collecting the toys for our kids. And so, but I do know that I want to thank you all in advance for your generosity, because through these two programs, the Coats for Kids and then the Christmas Toy Drive, there are a lot of young people here in our own community that will be very thankful that because of your generosity, they are going to have a wonderful Christmas. And so with that, I think that's all the majority anyway, the upcoming stuff. Also too, it's not a day of obligation. It's not it's a wonderful day in the church, but we will have on December 12th is the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And so we'll have two masses that day. We'll have an 8 a.m. Mass in English as normal, and then a 6 p.m. in Spanish. And then after the 6 p.m. Mass, is when we're going to have the big Our Lady of Guadalupe celebration. And all that will be coming up, like I said, coming up in December here. And so on December 11th, if you want to, this will be bilingual. At 6:30 p.m. on Thursday the 11th, there will be a rosary in the church, and that's followed by a mariachi band with pastries in the Holy Family Center. And then on Friday, December 12th, we will have our Mass. It'll be at 6 p.m. in Spanish, and then preceding that will be the rosary, and then we will also, everybody's invited that wants to come to that after that Mass, whether you speak English or Spanish or Swahili or anything else. you're all invited. That down in the social center, we will have a gathering there with mariachi music and other things going on for the celebration of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So that's on Friday the 12th. And so then, like I said, the Christmas and Christmas Eve is coming, and the Immaculate Conception on the 8th. And so I know that's quite a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff happening in December. And so, like I said, you can get all this information either below me or in the bulletin or in the announcements we hear at Mass. And so, with that, I would like to take a minute to kind of look at the readings that we're all going to hear this Sunday. And I want to talk a little the beginning of the first reading. And our first reading is from the book of Isaiah. And it starts off saying, "On that day a shoot shall sprout from the stump of Jesse, and from his roots a bud shall blossom." He says, "And the Spirit of the Lord will rest upon him." And then it goes on, "a spirit of understanding, a spirit of counsel and of strength, a spirit of knowledge and of fear of the Lord." And he goes on, and there's a lot more stuff in this reading as well. But I want to focus really on the first portion of the reading, because we remember who Jesse was. Jesse was the father of King David. And so from Jesse came King David, and then down the line, Jesus. Jesus is in the family lineage of King David and Jesse. And so from the stump of Jesse, from his lineage, a shoot will rise. He's talking about Jesus Christ. And he goes on to talk about all the gifts that he will have. He says, "The Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him." And he goes on, a spirit of wisdom and understanding. Like I said, all these things, all these great gifts. And so, as we prepare for our time, for I should say, in this time, as we prepare for the coming of Christmas, the coming of Jesus among us, in flesh, as a baby, in this time, that we prepare our hearts so that we can welcome him and welcome him fully into all that we are and all that we have. And with that, I want to say I hope you all have had a great week, and I hope to see you all at Mass this Sunday.